So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Gervonta Tank Davis is fuming after hearing that Floyd Mayweather allegedly paid a visit to LamontRoach's training camp ahead of their highly anticipated rematch. For Tank, this wasn't just a casual drop-in. It felt like a straight-up betrayal from someone he once looked up to as a mentor. Tank hasn't been shy about his complicated relationship with Mayweather. In fact, he said it outright. It's better to have beef with Floyd than be cool with him. According to Davis, being close to Mayweather only brings drama. He's hinted that Floyd has done things behind the scenes that no one knows about. Things that left a lasting impact on him both personally and professionally. While he didn't spill all the details, it's clear Davis feels Mayweather's presence became more of a weight than a boost. He's called out Floyd before for meddling in ways that made his journey tougher, not smoother. Now, with his rematch against Roach around the corner, Davis is focused solely on himself. He respects what Mayweather achieved in the ring, but he's done trying to live in anyone's shadow. Tank's message is loud and clear. He's moving on.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy
Tank
stuff.
Davis has made it clear. His eyes are on the future, not the past, especially when it comes to his relationship with Floyd Mayweather. When asked recently about Mayweather's involvement in his career, Tank didn't dodge the question. He simply said, Floyd has always been who he is, and he's already done everything there is to do in the sport. Davis even admitted that if he were in Mayweather's shoes, after achieving that level of greatness, he might act the same way. There's no bad blood, no resentment. Tank respects Floyd's decision to step back and enjoy the legacy he's built. He doesn't see the distance as a slight, just the natural course of things. Mayweather played his part, and now it's Davis's turn to carry the torch. Instead of relying on past mentorship, Tank is focused on writing his own story. He's determined to step out of the shadow, stand on his own, and prove he belongs at the top, not as Floyd's protege, but as a champion in his own right. With the rematch against LamontRoach quickly approaching, Davis isn't looking for handouts or approval. He's dialed in, locked on, proving his greatness through hard work, focus, and grit. For Tank, the goal is simple. Keep climbing, stay hungry, and let his legacy speak for itself. Floyd Mayweather is once again at the center of boxing drama after reportedly giving advice to
crew or something, or no?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be
LamontRoach
tweeting on Instagram,
during a recent
mad,
visit to his training camp.
talk.
Known for his sharp boxing IQ and obsession with fundamentals, especially the jab, Mayweather's always positioned himself as a mentor for the next generation. But this time, his guidance has raised some serious eyebrows. That's because Roach is preparing for a rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis, a fighter Mayweather once mentored from day one. Floyd didn't just train Tank. He helped mold his career, guided him through title fights, and built his brand into what it is today. So for Davis, seeing his former mentor in an opponent's camp feels like a personal betrayal. To Tank, this isn't just a boxing decision. It's about loyalty and trust. And right now, he feels both have been broken. This isn't an isolated incident either. A similar situation happened with Frank Martin. Mayweather initially supported him, only to later pull away. There's a pattern here. Floyd seems to move according to what works best for him in the moment, not necessarily out of long-term loyalty to any one fighter. Still, Tank isn't letting the drama throw him off. With the Roach rematch on the horizon, he knows the only thing that matters.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Let's do it, come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're going to get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
Matters now is the fight. Regardless of who's giving advice from the outside, Davis is locked in, focused on doing what he does best, proving himself in the ring and continuing to carve out his own legacy, on his own terms. Boxing legend. Roy Jones Jr. is giving LamontRoach his flowers, praising the rising star for both his skill and grit in the ring. According to Jones, Roach isn't just talented, he's the real deal. A legit contender in today's stacked boxing scene. What impresses Jones most is Roach's ability to adapt mid-fight. With sharp fundamentals, high ring IQ, and the discipline to execute under pressure, Roach has all the tools to give any opponent problems. Jones pointed out that while some may have underestimated Roach before his clash with GervontaDavis, his performance proved he belongs on the elite stage. But it's not just the technique, it's the toughness. Jones emphasized Roach's ability to handle adversity. He's been through tough battles and always found a way to grow. That resilience, combined with crisp footwork, slick defense, and smart counterpunching, makes him one of the more well-rounded fighters in the game. Another standout quality? Punching power. Roach might not have the same knockout reputation as Tank, but his shots are sharp, accurate, and timed perfectly. He doesn't need to throw wild bombs. He lands clean, effective punches that wear opponents down, especially in deep rounds where
presumably Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean nothing right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always here. You're a special fighter. Tank's
Yep.
a special fighter. What
Yep.
do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yep.
I gotta go.
stamina and precision are key. Outside the ropes, Roy had nothing but respect for Roach's work ethic. He's not coasting on natural ability. He's grinding every day, fine-tuning his craft, staying sharp mentally and physically. That kind of dedication, Jones says, is what separates the good from the great. With his confidence climbing and his skills only getting sharper, Roy Jones Jr. believes LamontRoach isn't just ready for a rematch with Davis. He's ready for
earlier. My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But
any top name in the
if he
division.
on his way out,
Whatever
why
challenge
not
comes
kick his ass
next,
out?
Roach has already proven he's built for it. LamontRoach isn't just fighting to win. He's fighting to make a statement. While victory is always the goal, Roach has made it clear what he's really chasing is a knockout. For him, stepping into the ring isn't just about racking up another W. It's about showing the world the level of skill, discipline, and hunger he brings every time he laces up the gloves. And a knockout over GervontaDavis? That would be a career-defining moment. Roach has poured everything into this fight. Endless hours of training, sharpening every tool, pushing himself to the edge. He knows this isn't just another bout. It's a chance to prove he belongs at the top.
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie. I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been before. Um, the heck the fight they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So it's an agenda.
And to cement his place among
on the
boxing's
agenda
elite.
to upset a lot of
This
people.
fight isn't just about the outcome. It's about identity. For Roach, it's the perfect stage to show exactly who he is. A focused, dangerous fighter with something to prove and all the tools to back it up. LamontRoach feeds off doubt. Every time someone questions his abilities, it only adds fuel to the fire. Throughout his career, he's faced critics who didn't believe he belonged with the best, and each time, he's used that doubt as motivation to level up. After his first fight with GervontaDavis, the noise got louder. Some said he didn't do enough, that he fell short of a definitive win. Roach heard it all. And now, heading into the rematch, he sees the perfect opportunity to shut it down for good. This isn't just about proving he's a good fighter. Roach is here to prove he's a great one, a fighter with the skill, power, and heart to overcome whatever comes his way. The criticism doesn't shake him, it sharpens him. He's been grinding, tightening every detail of his game, stepping into camp with purpose and confidence. For Roach, this rematch isn't just a chance to even the score, it's a shot to make a statement that echoes far beyond one night. This is his moment to show the world exactly.
Roach is a great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Kambosos. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Lomo? Roach versus Shakur? Roach versus Keyshawn? Haney? Teo? No. 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 I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go
Tank
one day
Davis
without drinking,
has never
and
looked
expect
more
me to call you
vulnerable
sober.
in the ring.
You
And a lot of that credit goes to LamontRoach. Their first fight wasn't supposed to be close, but Roach's skill, grit, and smart game plan turned it into a war. He stood toe-to-toe with one of boxing's most dangerous punchers, absorbed the heat, and fired back with sharp, calculated counters. Roach's composure under pressure and his ability to rattle Tank caught the attention of the boxing world. He didn't just survive, he made a statement. For the first time, Davis looked shaken, and Roach looked every bit like an elite-level fighter. Now heading into the rematch, Roach isn't just looking to replicate that success, he's aiming to dominate. But not everyone is sold.
People want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a off night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.